I know it's throwing me off. This girl looks just like my ex-girlfriend, Shelby. Shout out to you, Shelby, if you ever seen this. I hope you and Dylan are doing fantastic, as well as Scott. Scott, you the real MVP. Scott is the dad. She looks strikingly similar to Shelby, just with a obvious German accent. Shelby did not have a German accent. This is crazy. Germany may start World War III. They weren't done with World War II. They said, nah, we want World War III. We haven't had enough. Chancellor Scholz rejects the delivery of the Taurus missile to Ukraine, but he may be impeached. All establishment parties want to attack. If that happens, it's over. Our last chance of cooperation is between Donald Trump and Germany's AfD. I know Donald Trump said that, like he's the only person who can go in there and stop all of this. And it's like a very egotistical thing to say, but also get in the mindset of how confident of a man you have to be on national TV, not blink an eye and say, I am the only one who is capable of fixing this, and actually mean it. I know it's crazy, but it's kind of true. But this chick is going to tell us all about how World War III is coming.
World War III instigated by the same tyrants in Germany.
Oh, I have a thing for accents. Holy, don't ask me to stand up.
Germany might start World War III. How ironic. World War III instigated by the same tyrants in Germany who remind us on a day-by-day
Nope, I don't know if the German accent's doing it for me. I feel like she's interrogating me.
basis to never forget and call us Nazis, even though they are the ones who are building a monopoly on free speech and trying to ban the only opposition party, the AfD, which is the only party that is not trying to lead us into this war.
I don't know what the AfD stands for. If anybody who's in here has a German audience, please. What is AfD?
Because they are against it, and then they get accused of being in a Russian collusion, and they also happen to be the second most democratically supported party in Germany. So how's that working out for you in Germany?
How is that working out for you? Why does she sound so damn smart? Her IQ sounds like she has an IQ of like 122.
The democracy. That is my home country. I am embarrassed at this point. But let me explain the entire situation.
Please.
So we have extremely strong weaponry.
Please explain the entire situation. I've been a bad boy.
The Taurus missiles. And our establishment party overlords want to deliver them to the Ukraine. And if that happens, it's over. It's seriously over. That will be the beginning of World War III. And I have no idea if our establishment party leaders are just too stupid to realize that, or if they are doing it on purpose at this point.
Honest to God, I truly feel like the parties that are working with NATO are like, I've said this in so many videos now, it feels like we're legitimately in Star Wars. Like we are in a freaking movie where we have NATO, which feels like the Empire, and then we have BRICS, which feels like the Rebels, which sucks because currently America is aligned with NATO, so it feels like we're kind of sitting here on this fence going back and forth of like, which party are we really going to align ourselves with? Are we going to be, like the Sith, or are we going to be the Jedi? Personally, I would like to be a Jedi. I don't want to be a Sith. It doesn't seem like it's all cracked up to be, you know? Look at Palpatine. His skin looks like crap. And then Darth Vader, he has to go... He basically has COPD for the rest of his life.
And you may be surprised when I say that, because you may
and neutered
have heard that our current chancellor from the SPD, Olaf Scholz, actually rejects an attack with these Taurus missiles. That is true, but it's only half the story. Because that does not reflect the sentiment within his own party and the Green Party.
I know it's throwing me off. This girl looks just like my ex-girlfriend, Shelby. Shout out to you, Shelby, if you ever seen this. I hope you and Dylan are doing fantastic, as well as Scott. Scott, you the real MVP. Scott is the dad. She looks strikingly similar to Shelby, just with a obvious German accent. Shelby did not have a German accent. She was a Southern girl.
Party with whom he's in a coalition with, and also the currently most popular party, the CDU, and their leader, Friedrich Merz, who is the presumptive next chancellor. And now here's what might actually happen. That is very concerning. The current German government is collapsing, as you may have heard, due to internal conflicts. And the popularity ratings for our current Chancellor, Olaf Scholz, are bad. They have never been worse. So there is a chance that, especially now, in light of the urgent war situation, he may be impeached from within, meaning that then he would be replaced by no other than Boris Pistorius. Boris Pistorius is our
That sounds like a very meaty dinner dish, no?
federal defense minister, and no one else is as eager as him to shoot these Taurus missiles at Russia. We know this
no.
because it's been going on since the beginning of this year. We know this because there was a secret audio recording that was leaked by the Russians that showed that the military under Boris Pistorius was already conspiring an attack against Russia with these Taurus missiles. And they wanted to hide this attack in the sense that they did not want to disclose that Germany would be the aggressor.
Alle wissen ja, dass sie die Brücke rausnehmen wollen. Ja, das ist klar, wissen wir auch, was das am Ende bedeutet. Dann ist die Versorgung dieser so wichtig, nicht nur.
Man, staying up with like this world politics, it's so eerie on how how fragile the world is really held together. Like, I thought American politics and the American government was held on by a string, but it seems like the world government and politics right now is so much that it's all-time high that it's like literally hanging on by a string.
Nicht nur militärisch, strategisch wichtig, auch so ein bisschen politisch ist die gute Insel da ja ihr Herzstück. Jetzt nicht mehr ganz so fatal, wo sie ja quasi ihre Landbrücke mehr oder weniger dahin haben. Aber und da hat man eben Angst, wenn da die direkte Link der Streitkräfte in die Ukraine geht. Und da wäre halt dann immer die Frage, kann man im Grunde genommen den Trick pullen, dass man unsere Leute abstellt zur MBDA, dass nur eine Direct Line zwischen MBDA und der Ukraine ist. Dann ist es weniger schlimm, wie wenn die Direct Line unserer Luftwaffe zu ihnen ist. Ja.
Ich glaube, das macht keinen Unterschied, Ingo. Also wir müssen halt aufpassen, dass wir nicht gleich zu Beginn ein Killkriterium formulieren. Und ich meine, wenn wir dem Minister jetzt sagen, ich überspitze mal ein bisschen, wir planen die Daten und fahren die dann von Polen aus vom Auto rüber, damit keiner mitkriegt. Das ist ein Killkriterium.
Ja.
Also wir werden es nicht schaffen, dass wir mit einer irgendwie gearteten Beteiligung von uns das Ganze umsetzen.
But now they actually have the audacity to say, we stand fully behind this. Boris Pistorius is no longer messing around. If he gets in power, I don't want to finish the sentence. We only have one hope. That hope is the will of the people, because I am very sure that
I wanted her to say Donald Trump in a German accent so bad.
People, not the party overlords, the people, they don't want this war.
No, people don't want war. Russian people don't want war. Ukrainian people don't want war. It's just the governments. Government wants war. The people who live in the countries just want to be able to work, go home to their families, get online, play some COD with the boys and the girls, and go on with their life. Maybe get some crypto every now and then, invest in Bitcoin, feel good about their actions and what they do in the community. It's these freaking warlord hungry-esque men who are out there who are just like, I want to blow everything up and turn it into a freaking parking lot.
We don't want to be the pawns, the collateral damage in this war. And the will of the people decides in the end if our voice becomes strong enough and if we can battle the mainstream media propaganda. As Alice Weidel, the would-be chancellor from the AfD, has said in one of her latest interviews, which was a very strong statement, she's very hopeful that Trump will be faster than the presumptive next chancellor, Friedrich Merz, because she hopes that Trump will be able to negotiate a peace deal with Putin. He is the only one who can do it, and the AfD would strongly be in support of this sentiment.
Let's go.
We need to make sure that both America and Germany work together, we the people, that we support each other in our mission to fight the machine, because the machine is trying to kill us.
That's why we gotta rise against the machine.
The machine is trying to lead us into a war that we will never recover from.
For people over here in America, she's not talking about Bert Kreischer, the machine.
I don't want to have my home country destroyed, and I don't want this completely unnecessary war. Do you remember how World War I started? It started because
I don't.
Germany offered their unconditional support to Austria-Hungary to strike back against Serbia. So it was a very, very similar, very comparative situation.
Literally giving the okay for Ukraine, or giving the missiles and the support to Ukraine to bomb another place, in this case Russia. When they're saying, she's saying that Germany gave their support to Hungary to bomb, whoever they were going
And then
after.
the international allies gathered around to escalate this situation, and it just became a huge mess. And then that led into World War II. It's not over, but it would be
Nice.
over
Forgot my sauce.
They forgot your sauce?
Yeah, my hot honey mustard.
if we have to face a nuclear attack.
Okay. I got sauce.
We have to fight.
I love you.
We have
Love
to
you too.
fight for the AfD in Germany. Thank you.
World War III seemingly is right around the corner, and this is so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. But man, you know what's not heartbreaking? Is that it's timing.